comic book fans, and welcome to another suddenlycomics.com video. It's a Monday night and it's the price variance. And I'm here with everybody's favorite Canadian, Alan, and we are looking at the hottest Silver Age comics of the week as curated by Alan from Sales at Heritage. So, how are you, Alan?
Good, good. I hope you enjoyed this list. So far, it's been pretty fun, I think.
Yeah, yeah, no. Any list with the monsters on it is going to be good. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, first comic we have got is a Hanna-Barbera Super TV Heroes issue one.
Okay, so this book actually, I thought I had it. I thought I already owned this book, but I actually FOMO'd myself making this silly list. It's like I went out and I'm trying to get a company to sell it to me. So I'm trying to pick up a copy because I think this is such a cool book.
I've
Um,
heard of any of these. Who the heck are the Herculoids?
Okay, so probably most people don't know who they are. They were these were all popular cartoons back in the late 60s, okay? Mid 60s to late
Okay,
60s.
right.
Um, Now the Herculoids I actually watched and it's not a bad show. It is of its time. Um, and basically they're in outer space and they have dinosaurs that work for them. The dinosaurs are the Herculoids, and whenever they need help, they call out Herculoids, and
It looks
the
a bit like a
these
E-Man predecessor.
yeah, it has a bit of that. And then there's like these Shmoo like characters, like these like
Yellow
blobs that are
blobs.
yeah. It's an interesting story. So the point is, they recently re-released the Herculoids in comic books.
Have they?
Yeah. So
Why?
this is kind of why I'm not saying I know why. I'm just saying they did. And so this is like a spec based on this is their first appearance in comics. And this is like a spec related to the fact that they re-released them in comics.
Okay. Then we've got
Um,
Birdman,
Birdman is another character that was quite popular.
Moby Dick,
Moby Dick is Moby Dick.
Young Samson and Goliath,
Yeah,
and the Mighty
and
Mightor.
yeah.
Yes, all household names, really, Alan.
Back in the 60s, yes, they were.
Okay,
And
all right.
this is a really high grade copy,
It's
like a
very nice,
9.6.
9.6, and it's went for $780. So that's pretty decent price.
Pretty decent price for sort of an obscure-ish comic.
It's down though. It's lost half
Hmm.
its value in the last 2 years.
Well, that's kind of a shame. I think somebody got a steal on this. I would have actually said that it should be more based on the fact that they did bring it back out in comics. So wait, what was that other price? It was like 1,200 or
1,440 in June 2003.
wow. Um, I think that was maybe an outlier sale because if you look at all the other sales, they're all way lower.
Yeah, true.
Um, but yeah, I mean, interesting. I don't really know that much in terms of like the the graph of this book. Um, but it is one that I think has potential. Uh, if this new series is popular, or if they reboot it in some kind of cartoon format, you know,
Yeah.
people will want this. So,
But why?
uh,
Surely it's not going to be able to compete because they relaunch He-Man and Transformers and all that type of stuff. How is Herculoids going to compete with that lot?
well, I mean, it really depends on how, like, it all depends on the writing, right? At the end of the day, if you put a good writer to any of these things, you can do a lot with them.
Okay, all right. I'll look
Yeah.
at that.
There's 140 of them on the census, so yeah,
There is, yeah, yeah,
relatively rare. So I'm trying to pick up a copy of it, a lower grade, not a 9.6, but
yeah.
just to have it in my collection.
Fair enough. I won't be searching one out.
I FOMO'd myself on that one.
Right, Daredevil, the man without fear, fighting the Submariner in Daredevil issue 7. He's got a red suit on. Is this the first red suit?
This is the first red suit. It's a Wally Wood cover as well.
Oh yeah,
So it's a classic cover. And this one is notorious for being in bad shape. Because of the black, it's
yeah,
quite hard to get in high grade.
yeah. Nice cover by Wally Wood.
Yeah. Um,
He could draw
yeah,
Wally Wood.
yeah. He
That's a
was good.
great Namor.
Yeah. And it looks like he's just tossing
Yeah,
like Daredevil. It's pretty awesome.
yeah, yeah. Very
So
nice.
this is like I think with the Daredevil TV show being rebooted, and from what I heard, I haven't actually had a chance to watch it yet, but what I've heard is he hasn't gone into his suit until I think the fourth episode.
Well, I've only watched the first three and I haven't seen him in a suit yet.
I think in the fourth episode he puts his suit on.
I think the suit's coming.
Yeah. So the point is, people are waiting for that suit. So this will be, this is the book where you get to see him in the red suit for first time.
Okay, $840 for an 8.0.
I think that's about right for what it's been going. I mean, of course, we can ignore the COVID price. It's crazy.
Uh,
What's the COVID price? It's like 3,000 or something crazy.
oh, ridiculous. Hang on. Yeah, not quite. 2,300.
Yeah. I would have thought this is around that $100 per point kind of level.
I mean, it's hovering around its pre-COVID level. So
Yeah.
April 2019, it was 880, and it's at 840 at the moment. So this is one that's gone back to its pre-COVID level.
Yeah. I actually think that maybe it's a good time to pick this book up because maybe it is a little bit underrated. It has all those key significances about it. And with the show, from what I heard, it's doing well.
Yeah, no, it's a good show. I'm enjoying it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I think and they're already talking about having more seasons of Daredevil or spin-offs, like with Punisher and so
Yeah.
forth, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I kind of have some faith in this one being a good long-term spec.
Okay.
Okay, so what's the census on it? It's probably crazy high census because it is Daredevil, but
2.8. That's about
hey,
normal.
that's about normal. Okay. So much higher than all the other books that we looked at so
Oh
far
yeah,
on
but
this
we're
list,
talking
but but
about prime time Marvel, aren't we? Right.
yeah.
Oh well, this one's going to have even more on it. This,
Again, this is related to Daredevil spec.
yeah,
This is Amazing Spider-Man 50. It's the first appearance of Kingpin.
yes,
So
not
kind
on
of
the
another
cover though.
not on the cover, but even though he's not on the cover,
It's a
this is
fairly
a
decent
classic
cover.
cover. This is a classic
It is a
John
fairly
Marita
decent
cover.
cover.
Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, great cover, great comic.
2100.
Yeah, this is you can if you got one of these, I can guarantee if you put it at a reasonable price on eBay, it'll sell within 24 hours.
I always sort of kick myself with this one because I still have my copy that I bought back from the 90s. I bought it when the comic market had totally died.
Oh yeah, and you paid about $5 for it or something.
Paid next to nothing for it. I tried to flip it for 20 and nobody would buy it. Nobody would buy it. And it's a foil.
Alan, I've already offered you 25 for it. You wouldn't sell it.
Yeah, I know. I don't think so. So I'm glad I kept it in a way, but it's kind of a funny one.
Okay, let's see if this is up or down. It's like all Spider-Mans. I mean, it's
Oof.
holding up. It's not dropped back to pre-COVID yet.
Yeah,
It's
it's
sort of
kind of holding its value a bit better.
okay. Technical term, it's bobbling along.
Yeah.
It's bobbling along
But
around
that cliff that
this.
it fell off first is crazy.
It's bobbling along around 2,300.
What was the peak there? I love knowing those COVID ones.
You
It
love
just is
you love seeing how stressed somebody's going to be. So somebody paid 5,715 for this, so they've lost half their money.
wow. Whew. I'm glad that wasn't me. That's all I can say. Wow, that is crazy. Just a really, I think, you know how Detective 31 is kind of like the Batman cover that people just buy it because of the cover. It's not the key significance in it is important, but not that important compared to the cover. I feel like this is the Spider-Man equivalent. That this is that cover that everybody knows and recognizes.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's a great book. What's the census count on this one? I imagine it's like really
I
high.
think we're going to be into the 4,000s here.
That's my
Oh,
guess too.
8,000.
8,000. That's maybe why it's not as valuable as it could be. Just too many of them.
Wow, a
8,000. That's
load of
crazy.
those.
Well, that's because at any grade you get this graded, it's worth getting graded.
Yeah.
Even if it's a 1.0, it's probably worth getting graded. You'll
10,
probably sell it for a
10%,
couple hundred
10%,
bucks.
10% of these, nearly 800, are signature copies.
Oh,
So
wow.
that means that if you went to see Stan to get him to sign something,
This is one of the
this is the
books.
one you picked out of your box to go and get him to sign, which is
I've
not a
seen
bad
so many
choice.
Stan Lee signed copies of this actually. Believe it, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's probably that the Stan Lee signature actually reduces the value or something silly, right?
Depends where he signs it. Right.
Yeah. I have one of the rare unsigned ones.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. Next up, another great comic, Fantastic Four, number
I was
four.
just impressed by this sale. And the Fantastic Four is coming out soon in
Well,
the
it's about
movies.
the
So
same time as Superman, isn't it?
yeah, I think they're like a week apart.
It's,
So
it's ridiculous. I was convinced one of the two of them would
kind of,
bottle in and sort of move it a month away or something, but they're both.
yeah, but they're gonna go up head to head. It should be interesting. I think Superman will do better. And I think we've been waiting a little bit longer for a Superman movie. And Fantastic Four has a bit of a curse associated to it, so I think Superman will do better.
I wonder if they're doing it at the same time on the basis that people will see one and then they'll go and
Go
see.
see the other? Maybe. But yeah, so this is a kind of a cool book. This is the first appearance in the Silver Age of the Submariner. So, and he's always taking
He's always getting Sue Storm. Yeah,
Sue Storm.
the last week we saw him showing Sue his bottom, and now
Yeah,
he's running off with her.
he's just grabbing her and taking her away. It's kind of funny how there's like that bizarre love triangle. Um, so yeah, but yeah, so this is a great book. How did it do?
Well, it sold for 3,840.
I mean, that seems like a strong sale to me. I don't know.
Well, sort of. I mean, it's miles off the COVID peak.
COVID price was what? Looks like a
11,600.
jeez. But the COVID price has a whole bunch of things going on. It's COVID, right? It was kind of crazy time, but also there was movie spec during that time. So
Yeah,
it was just crazy at that time.
yeah.
But what was pre-COVID, pre-craziness?
COVID was 6,000.
Oh wow. So this is tanked. That's how much a bad movie can really hurt a comic. I feel like they just chose the wrong guy and they chose the wrong it was just a bad movie. The Black Panther 2. I just have you yet seen it or
Black Panther 2.
yeah.
Yes, but I think I fell asleep halfway through.
Okay, see you
I
liked it as
waited, I
much as I
waited,
did.
I waited it for to come out on TV, and then I
You
just,
fell asleep. It was bad.
it was awful.
My review was pretty accurate, I think.
Yeah, no, your review was all right. Um, sorry, was that the one where they were fighting on top of the submarine?
Yes,
Okay, yeah.
there's so much logic in that, isn't there? Like we're an advanced
There
group
were
of
there
people.
were a lot more wrong things wrong with that film than fighting on top of a submarine. But Alan,
Well, okay, so they're a super advanced race of like people, right? Or group of people. and they're fighting on the top of a submarine with spears. There's no logic to that. It's just like, okay, this makes no sense.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So
How
it's
many on the census, by the way? I
it's
always like to know.
about 3,000 or something. No, 2,000.
Okay, it's actually a bit of a rarer book,
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
Marvel.
Yeah. Right. Oh, here we go.
And yes,
Again, it is the Incredible Hulk #1 7.0 restored.
yeah. So I always feel like buying a restored book, you get such a bargain.
It's
It
nice.
looks like it's trimmed, by the way.
Very nice. It's definitely trimmed. Yeah, somebody's trimmed this top edge, definitely.
Yeah, the top edge looks really trimmed, like almost too much, but
Uh,
just a really nice copy.
Restoration includes color touch, pieces added, tear seals, reinforced, cleaned, staples replaced, top and bottom edge trimmed. That is proper restoration.
Yeah, they went all out. So this is moderate extensive A4. That's actually professionally done.
Yes, yes. Well, obviously, yeah. I mean, look at it. It looks great.
It does look great, except for I think they overly trimmed the top. I think they shouldn't have
Well,
gone
you don't know what
too
it was like. It was probably really bad. I mean, they probably had to do that to get rid of all the. Anyway,
fraying.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a professional restoration job, and they've done a good job. Uh,
Hmm.
and it's a 7.0 for $9,600.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to jump around now, aren't I, Alan?
Yeah. Oh, this one didn't do so well.
No. So it's just so in the last 4 months, it's gone down in value by $6,000.
Ouch. Yeah, I mean, to me, this was a steal. I mean, you look at like the low, 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 low grades for this book. Like a 1.0 is almost the same
Well,
price.
let's look at the 7.0 unrestored, shall we?
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be over 100,000.
It's what was it? Seven?
Yeah,
78,
7.0, 7.0,
78,000.
78,000. So, I mean, it's a lot of money, is my point. Um,
So it's
this
nearly a,
is,
it's nearly a tenth.
yeah. Usually, in the 7.0 range, like I have like my sort of benchmarks that I kind of go by. It goes for around 20%. It's when you get to the nines that it's 10%.
Okay, so this has gone for well, it's more like
It's
12%.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's a very low sale. That's a weak sale for this book.
Yeah.
Like okay, so what color blue label can you get for $9,000? That's the question I like to ask.
Okay.
And which would
I'll,
you rather? Would you rather a
I'll
crappy looking one or would you rather the 7.0?
have a look. Let's have a look at a 2.5.
I know some people they're just so diehard on the
Yeah, there you
blue.
go. The 2.5 is 10.5, and that went for 9.8. So we're in the right sort of ballpark, aren't we?
So two
So you
five
could
or
get a
2.0.
2.5.
Yeah. Um,
There you go. I'd rather have the restored one, thanks.
yeah. I mean, it looks way better.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't know. It's one of those things like I, I always wonder why people will die on that hill of having to get that blue label, and they miss out on the opportunity to get a book that really is quite pretty, like a stunning copy. I mean, this 7.0 actually presents really well. It's a little bit, as I said, it's really tightly trimmed on the top,
Yeah.
which bothers me a bit, um, but other than that, I think it's a really nice presenting one. One of the things actually, I have to get you to do one little piece more of research.
Yeah.
The one that sold previously, was that the same copy or was it a different one with a different type of restoration? Because one thing that does impact the value of restored books, it's not quite as like a one-to-one. It's more like is it slight versus extensive?
This is CGC.
And what does it say? What does the label say?
It's not the
Is
same.
it so? Wait, no. What is it? What level of restoration is it?
Which one? The 415,000.
Yeah.
I can't zoom in anymore.
Okay, so it's probably lesser restoration, and that can make a difference. So, like a slight restoration will
Yeah, it's
obviously
much
sell
less.
for,
It's much less restoration.
yeah. So a lesser
Yeah, this one that
restoration will sell
sold
for
for
more.
a lot more was that just a small amount of color touch.
So really, when I said my number of 20%, really that's more for the slight restoration. When you get extensive, it's gradually going down on that how much people are willing to pay, especially trimming.
Yeah,
Trimming, people will just say, okay, screw it. I'm not there's
yeah.
no, there's no ex
It's not a complete comic anymore.
well, it's one of those ones where you can't undo it. Like if it's color touch, you can maybe remove that and still get, one or two grades, within the same grade point, right?
Yeah.
Um, but trimming, that's pretty much a done deal.
Yeah.
So yeah. So just yeah, I just wanted to add that. Maybe that kind of explains that sale a little bit more. It's maybe not as bad as it looks.
Okay, guys, that is it for this week. However, I have to tell you, next week is something a bit different. I'm off traveling and we've got a filler show and we will be having a quiz. Um, I will
You
be,
can skip the first episode though. Watch the second episode on Mark's channel. The first episode, I don't know. It's not that good.
so
Watch the second
Alan,
episode. Watch the second episode. The first episode, just skip it. Just skip it. Okay.
all I can tell you in the first episode, somebody scores 0 points.
I don't know who that person could be. Nobody can be that ignorant of comics,
Well,
okay?
let me put it this way. It was a Canadian and it wasn't Matt. So we'll be doing a quiz next week. It's good fun. Watch it, and then the week after we'll be back doing our usual Silver Age market review. So
Mhm.
thanks, Alan. I'll see you in a couple of weeks' time.
Okay, see you.